Resident Evil channel. Alright, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about the Supernatural series finale. Alright, guys, before I get into too many spoilers, I just want to say this. In case you're wondering. No, the Supernatural series finale was not good. I do not recommend it. If you're wondering, if you want like an unspoiled recommendation, there you go. No, do not watch it. No, the series for true Supernatural fans ended season 11 finale. That's, in case you want to go, because so technically, the series was actually supposed to end season 5, but CW, the ratings were good, and you know how they run things to the ground. Small. They were like, let's just keep it going. So anyway, so in case, that wasn't a good finale enough for you and you wanted to see the characters, because, after season 5, we get so many great characters. Kevin Tran, we get to see Crowley developing amazingly, we get to see Charlie, one of my favorite characters. So yes. So okay. Season 11 series finale. I'll be going more in depth about why that is a true Supernatural fans finale. Anyways, so yeah, after this you can pretty much stop in case you don't want any more spoilers, because I'm about to just spoil the crap out of this and we're gonna go delve into this deeply because I need to rant about this. Alright, guys, if you've seen it or have not seen it, one of the things that the Supernatural writers did to us was kill Dean in the last episode. And I actually mean dead. Not can be brought back to life. I mean, at this point, I think he can be brought back to life. But anyways, it's like a whole nother thing. But he's dead. Gone. Bye-bye. Okay, so first of all, and you know what the worst part is? They kill him by doing a season 2 reference. Or season 3, I'll confirm that right here. Anyways, and here's a clip of the reference I'm talking about. Okay, do I really need to go on about this and why? I'm like, seriously? A stab in the back, and not by anything, by an accident. He literally stabs himself to death. And I am so mad. I am furious. I was furious. I was literally tweeting. I was like, alright, Supernatural, this isn't funny anymore. We got like 18 minutes to bring him back to life. What are you doing with your life? And then you know what the worst crime, I'm not gonna lie, is the fact that Sam gets to have a normal life after this. Dean dies and Sam gets to just live his life. Okay? No, that's not the worst crime. Let me tell you what the worst crime is. Sam has a kid. This is Sam's kid. He names him after Dean. They literally show a clip of this kid, Dean, looking and dressing like Dean usually does. And I'm like, I'm sorry? You gave us this gorgeous man for the past 15 seasons and then give us this little munchkin who nowhere near touches his gorgeousness. Nowhere near comes close to how gorgeous Dean was. I'm like, there are so many gorgeous actors out in the world and you had to pick this, and I'm like, I don't think you could kill a vampire to save your own life. I don't think you could perform an exorcism to save your own life, because clearly these things happen a lot to the Winchester people. Also, can we just talk about the fact that they literally married Sam off to a complete nobody? We get no backstory. Everyone was so just some random chick. Okay, cool. So yeah, Sam gets to live to his old age, and first of all, I'm going to disregard the fact that I don't like Sam. I think I've ranted about Sam enough on my channel. I can go on a whole nother video, by the way, about why I hate Sam, but let's not delve into why I hate Sam. Disregarding that factor, the fact that I hate Sam, let's talk about why I don't think Sam deserved that ending. And it's not because I hate him. It's because Sam always wanted more, and he always he's like, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna be a lawyer. He never specified what type of lawyer, I think. The Supernatural people do not come for me. I don't think he specified what type of lawyer he'll be, so I don't know if he's gonna go into criminal justice or exactly what he's gonna do. He's just gonna go into law school. Okay? He separates from his family. He's gonna have a Susie perfect homemaker life. And, But Dean, you know what Dean always wanted? He just wanted his family together. He wanted the simplicity of it. I mean, even there's that one part where like Dean is literally dying, like in season 14, he's dying, and then he's just like, and then Sam's like, you have to find a way to save you. Look, you just use this like for your interpersonal wish, and then you will be saved. And you know what? His deepest wish was to have his family back together. He brings back his dad from a different timeline. And if that's not the most heartbreaking thing in the world and the saddest thing, I'm just like, so this is why I think that Dean deserved to have a life, to have kids. Like, even in that very same episode I'm mentioning, his dad is like, I always thought you would kind of grow out of this and have your own life and have your own kids. Like, that's what he wanted for Dean. And I think that Dean, out of all of people, should have had that life. And not to mention that I besides like the cowardice way that they literally killed Dean off, I'm like, this man literally went to hell and back. He literally goes to purgatory. He becomes a demon. He becomes immortal. He has the mark of Cain. He kills death himself. And to kill him like that? Oh. It's just, it's a crime against Dean. Obviously, I love Dean. So the fact that they killed him off like that literally had me in tears of rage. I was just like, y'all did not just kill this man like this. Okay, now here's another thing we gotta talk about. Kevin Tran. Okay, let me bring up Kevin Tran. Okay, so Kevin comes, like, they're, like, literally season 15, one of the first couple of episodes, like, Kevin's, like, in this, like, you know, circle of salt, right? And then they're like, circle, like, this kind of, like, thing where goes, they're like, they let Kevin out because he's like, I'm gonna go look for my mom. Make sure she's okay. And they're like, well, we don't know what's gonna happen to you. You could become crazy or whatever. He's like, well, I'd rather become crazy than go to hell. Whatever happens to Kevin, we don't know if he actually does end up finding his mom. We don't know if he becomes crazy. He's like there, like, did Sam ever ghost bust him? No! Okay? Also, then we get, like, the episode before, was the episode, or, like, 2 episodes before, like, the finale. We get this episode where, like, God is destroying everybody, okay? First of all, can we just quickly talk about the fact that they were, like, literally trying to shove Eileen and Sam down our throats, right? And then they, like, kill her off. And you think, oh, now that, like, everybody's back, Jack has brought everybody back, that Eileen will end up with Sam. No! He ends up with someone random! Anyway, so then let's talk about Charlie and Bobby from alternate universe. Whatever happens to them? We don't know. They just disappear. And so we also have to talk about one thing. We also have to talk about the COVID factor, which is a very important factor, I think, for this particular show. Because, you know, they ended up postponing the finale. They were already shooting some episodes, and then COVID hit, so they had to stop filming. And so, I don't know if this was the original finale, like this was like the full thing. It was always going to be Dean dying and Sam living his happy Susie Homemaker life. Or, like, did they have a different finale, but because of COVID, they were like, we can't get enough, like, guest stars or people to come into the show. We have to keep it at limited capacity. So if that was the case, I don't know why they didn't just wait. I mean, this is a series finale that literally was like 15 years in the making. Many fans have been waiting for this series finale. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't have been mad. I honestly wouldn't have been mad if they would have just milked this. Like, you know, like, because I mean, there is a second wave of COVID happening, so then we might be here for like another 2 years. I mean, not like another year, so like a total of 2 years of COVID. And they would have just milked this for the next, like, the total summation of 2 years, you know? Like, they could have done that. I would have been happy, like, every week having someone, you know, like, I was watching TNT before, the network, before I went to the series finale, and they were showing that episode I was talking about, like, the Winchester family, and they went into the episode talking about, like, how it was filming that episode. I'm like, y'all could have done this for all the episodes. I would have been fine. You know, we could have had, like, live, like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna watch, like, I think the whole cast ended up watching the first episode of the 7 last episodes, like, together, like, talking about that. I'm like, we could have done that, like, one person a day, like, hosting it, you know, like, oh, we're at, like, Misha Collins' house today, we're watching this episode, like, this old episode, like, when his first appearance. Oh, isn't that fun? Like, I would have joined in. It would have been fun. They could have milked it, come out with new merchandise, you know, like, all this good, you know? Just milk the crap out of it to give us the finale that I think Supernatural deserved. Because here was another thing that, let's talk about all the episodes and culminations. They literally went from, hi, hi. Like literally, like 1 minute, like God is the evilest villain. Then, oh wait, Billy's going to be God. Oh wait, no, Billy's dead. Oh wait, we need God's book. Oh wait, there's nothing in God's book. Oh, Michael's gonna come here. Oh, Michael's gone. Lucifer pops back up. Lucifer dies. And I'm like, I'm getting whiplash by all of this. Like, I am. Like, there's just too much going on. You're clearly trying to surprise us with the ending so we don't predict the ending. You know, I really thought that the nothing was gonna come. I was like, y'all keep talking about this nothing. This nothing is really upset that it keeps getting woken up. So we're gonna do something because I'm like, you literally killed God the last. Like, Supernatural had a way of doing things, alright? Introduce the main villain. Alright? The main villain has its side villain, but then ultimately defeat the main villain by the end. That's the timeline of Supernatural for each season, you know, especially after season 5. And you know what they brilliantly decide to do? Kill off the villain to see. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you? And I just honestly can't. I'm just so disheartened by this series finale, you know? Also, we have to talk about the dog, okay? How many of you have a dog? I have a dog, okay? He's adorable. And let me tell you, I went to college when we got this dog, right? So I met him when he was a puppy, had to go to college, came back from college, like on breaks and whatever, and he would be so excited to see me, okay? Then I go back to college, and you know what he would do? My mom would tell me, he'd be like, he's clawing at your door, he's trying to get inside your room thinking you're in there, you know, I'd call my mom on the phone, my dog would start barking thinking that it's me, you know, like I'm actually there. I'd Skype him, he would think I'm behind the phone, like all these things. The dog misses you. So I'm like, please explain to me why we get this random dog to be Dean's dog on the last episode and then kill Dean. And then thus creating the like my heart breaking for this dog because I'm like, I just have no words. You know, I don't understand this. And then let's assume that this ending actually happened because I'm still like in huge denial at this point. Why didn't Jack come back? I'm sorry. Like, first of all, let's talk about the fact that like the guys are like, yo, Jack, we can go to the back of the bunker. We can go have a brewski. Fine. And then Jack's like, I'm going to be hands off. And then I'm like, okay, you're gonna be hands off as God, but why can't you still have a brewski with the boys? Why can't you make them immortal? I'm sorry. How many times did they save the universe? Lastly, as much as I love Dean, why did he have a 5-hour long death? Like, literally, he was like, Sammy, I'm dying, but wait, and now, but wait. I'm like, this is a joke, right? Like, literally the whole time, I couldn't even appreciate this death. You know, like, usually I appreciate deaths, you know? But I'm like, I couldn't appreciate it, but like, they're gonna bring him back, right? Like, they're just messing with us right now because there's no way you're gonna kill Dean off like this. And do you know what they did? They do! And... so, yes. That's why the series finale ended. And let me tell you why season 11, the series, that should be the series finale that we should really all consider it to be the series finale. First of all, at this point, season 11, we have met all these great characters, okay? We have seen Crowley be awesome. We have seen, like, Charlie, Kevin, and plenty of other characters, I'm sorry, that are just not coming to my mind right now. And we also get to meet God here for the first time. He's the writer. He's actually Chuck. And then on top of that, the conversation that Dean has with God is, I think, a conversation that we all want to have with God, you know? And I'm not saying that the reasoning God gave at that moment was a good reason. Or I'm not saying it's a bad reason. I kind of really like the way he answered that. Like, when he was like, why do you like peace and suffering? He was like, because of free will. You know, like, I give people free will. Like, I thought that was brilliantly done, right? And then we have Dean about to make the ultimate sacrifice, right? The ultimate sacrifice is about to be made by Dean. You know, everyone's crying. Sam is falling apart. You know, Castiel is there. Crowley, like, all the villains, like, even Rowena, the ones you just hate to love, are there, like, just, like, realizing that Dean, the kind of, like, this, like, person that they kind of all kind of do enjoy, is about to make this ultimate sacrifice, you know, to go destroy Amara. Eventually, Amara and God make up, right? And you're like, wow. They're like, we're gonna go enjoy a brotherly moment and showing the humanity of God, this huge and powerful deity, as well as the humanity of the darkness, again, this huge and powerful, like, creature, universe, like, created the whole thing. Having a family squabble, like, kind of like we all do, kind of weirdly enough, making our problems, like, making them seem significant while also insignificant, all at the same time. Amazingness! And then, cut the part where Mary comes back, because I've already ranted about how much I hate Mary too. And then that's it. That's your Supernatural series finale, season 11, episode 1. Crowley's not dead. Oh, and the worst part was, the worst sin that they did. Let me go off about this as well, because we're doing this. Crowley. First of all, Mark Shepard, I started following him on Twitter. All of a sudden, I don't know where, tweets, oh, here's me with talking about Supernatural. And I'm like, are you coming back? And then they have the audacity to make the series finale day be Crowley Appreciation Day. And I'm like, wait a minute. Excuse me. Oh, no. Excuse me. Y'all are about to make this Crowley Appreciation, which means Crowley's gonna come back. So when Dean died, I literally was like, okay, so Crowley's gonna somehow escape from the empty and come rescue Dean and say, hello, boys, and then go on, like, about, like, why Dean deserved to be saved. You know, Dean, long pauses, you've been there. Yeah, I woke up. It's not fair. You know, how about Crowley in heaven? That would have been funny as heck. Like, I'm like, okay. Then did I ever explain to you why, like, the whole, because another thing was they couldn't get everyone to come back, because I literally thought they were going to pull in Avengers at a moment. I'm like, are you guys about to pull in Avengers and have everybody come back for the series finale? Which I think they should have done. Something completely expected. And that's another thing. So I'm really tired of shows trying to give us, like, these unexpected endings. What? I'm losing my mind. You know? I mean, and I think it started with Game of Thrones a little bit. You know, weirdly enough, I wasn't as mad about the Game of Thrones ending. And that's, like, a whole nother video. I can go into that. And I wasn't as mad about it. But I'm like, the only way that could have been done is if you would have given us more time. Like, given us 2 more seasons to get to that point. I would have been happy. But with Supernatural, it was just, you guys are trying to surprise us, and you guys fell so hard on your face trying to surprise us, and it just didn't work. You ruined Dean's life. Like, literally, you did ruin his life. Now, let's end things on a high note, a little bit. What are some of the things that I did enjoy about the finale? I love the fact that Dean drives Baby for a really long time. He's just cruising. Carry On My Wayward Son is playing, because of course. He has a brewski with Bobby, because, you know, remember how Bobby dies? Oh, that's not even good. Oh, another thing I hated, hold up, before I get into a little bit, like, another thing I hated was the fact that Bobby's sitting at Harvell's, like, roadhouse. Did we ever see Ellen or Joe? Like, of course not. Why would we? Anyways, so he's having a brewski with Bobby, you know, and then the last thing that we see is him and Sam together, and he's like, "Hey, Sammy," and that was cute. Oh, sorry, that was cute. But other than that, it sucked, and I'm gonna lose my marbles. So I will be ranting about this indefinitely. If you guys ever want me to do another video about this, I can. But this is already almost a 20-minute video, and I don't want to do that to you guys. Alright, guys, thank you for watching Resident Girl channel. Thank you for letting me rant about this. And leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys like this ending? Do you guys hate the ending? What did you guys think? I don't know. Am I just being too extra right now? Am I just being too dramatic? Or, I don't know. I just, speechless. Speechless. So, yeah. Who's with me on season 11 being the series finale or season 5? Okay, raise your hand. Give a like. All right, bye.